Elon Musk, a billionaire American, recently declared that he would not prevent General Motors from going bankrupt. How did GM become such a huge financial disaster? Why has Musk declined to save the biggest automaker in America from bankruptcy? What actions is the U.S. government contemplating taking in response to the bankruptcy of the Detroit-based automaker? Could General Motors' future be over as a result of this? Join me as we examine Elon Musk's decision to forgo saving GM from bankruptcy in this video. Before being surpassed by Toyota in 2008, the Detroit-based firm held the title of largest automaker in the world for more than 77 years. It is regrettable that the massive automaker, which has been in business for more than 110 years, has declared bankruptcy. Elon Musk, a tech billionaire, has been approached by the General Motors board, which is chaired by CEO Mary Barra, for some financial assistance. Elon has made it obvious in his customary manner that he won't utilize his billions to get GM out of their financial bind. After the financial bank Lehman Brothers and the telecoms company WorldCom, GM is the largest industrial corporation to ever declare bankruptcy in the U.S. and the third largest bankruptcy overall. Let's first examine how GM went insolvent before examining why Musk has declined to save the company from bankruptcy. Things at GM have become worse over the past few months. General Motors has been affected by the global financial crisis that has decimated the auto industry, just like many other tech businesses have. Sadly, the American financial crisis has led to a downturn in the auto industry. The new coronavirus, which has wiped out numerous firms, has clogged GM supply systems. As a result, the manufacturing and production processes have slowed down significantly. Low output leads to low sales and, ultimately, losses. In other words, the reason GM collapsed was that it ceased turning a profit. For any other company, this is absolutely true. GM is still producing, but it is crumbling because of the high cost of electricity. As an American multinational corporation, GM is indirectly impacted by the situation in Ukraine. The energy prices in America and Europe shot through the sky once the West severed connections with Russia. Moscow and Washington's diplomatic relations have significantly deteriorated. The United States and Russia have also severed their trading ties. According to military specialists, if Vladimir Putin, the despot and president of Russia, does not put an end to the bloody conflict in Ukraine, there could be a third global war, built in 1908. 1914 through 1908, 1914 through 1919 saw the end of the First World War for GM. The Second World War, which lasted from 1939 to 1945, many people are unaware of General Motors' involvement in World War II. GM moved all of its production during World War II to produce supplies for the Allies. They made shells, trucks, machine guns, tanks, airplanes, and even tanks. It is still unclear whether GM will fully recover from its financial mess or completely collapse. The ineffective management of Mary Barra, the company's chairperson and CEO, is largely to blame for GM's bankruptcy. The majority of the GM CEO's policies haven't produced any notable results. The 61-year-old CEO has failed to address General Motors and bad marketing issues. Her biggest error was failing to encourage an innovative culture within the organization. For the dynamic car sector, innovation is essential. The majority of GM's electric vehicles feature outdated designs that do not appeal to the younger demographic. As you might anticipate, the market for GM vehicles has plummeted, plunging the firm into a financial catastrophe. General Motors and other insiders have also disclosed that the business is overly bureaucratic and unable to adapt to shifting markets. It is widely known that GM has since collapsed and entered bankruptcy. As was already mentioned, Elon Musk has been contacted for assistance by the GM board through Mary Barra. Why then Musk? It's obvious that General Motors needs money, so it makes sense that they would approach the person with the most money in the world. Elon Musk, who has a net worth of over $200 billion, is the richest person, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. After Elon declared he won't utilize a portion of his riches to help the bankrupt automaker, GM will now need to hunt for other financiers. However, if Elon's experience with Twitter is any indication, he is the ideal candidate to rescue GM from its financial crisis. In April 2022, Elon Musk began the process of taking Twitter private, just as the American microblogging service was on the edge of going out of business for most of 2020. One poor performance by Twitter caused the share price to drop as low as $30. In order to save Twitter from its financial problems, Musk paid a staggering $44 billion for the social media network, which roughly amounts to about $54. 20 cents per share if Musk hadn't bought Twitter, platform collapse would have occurred. It's interesting to note that Elon has aided his own businesses when they were on the verge of failure. On this day in 2008, John Ehrlichman, a correspondent, and Phil, the news anchor for CTV National News, tweeted about Tesla's bankruptcy. Tesla receives a $40 million loan to stay afloat. Elon responded to this tweet with extra information, writing, "I put in my last money even though I feared we would still fail. Today, it is the most valuable automobile in the world." However, raising money for an electric car startup at a time when industry giants like GM and Chrysler were in financial trouble was either that or certain death for Tesla. If we are to believe Elon Musk, this is not the first time GM has declared bankruptcy. And for this reason, Elon has declined to save them. The CEO and founder of Tesla claimed that GM consistently relied on government assistance to recover after making mistakes. Despite numerous bailouts, General Motors has not yet learned from its blunders. In 2009, the U.S. government alone spent $49.05 billion to save GM from insolvency. President Barack Obama presided over the bailout in a speech that, in part, said, "But of course, GM is an American corporation with tens of thousands of people in our country, and responsibility for its future rests with us in the end. Because of this, our government will make a large extra investment in GM of around $30 billion. This investment will give American taxpayers the right to control nearly 60 of the new GM. Musk won't save GM because the automaker would likely collapse again if he did. The Tesla CEO refuses to assist GM because he holds a vendetta towards the automaker and Mary Barra. Its CEO, Elon, has now asserted that Mary Barra is responsible for the problems the Biden administration is causing for Tesla. This was demonstrated when General Motors and Chrysler were among the EV manufacturers invited to a meeting on the south wing of the White House, but Tesla was not. When questioned why Tesla was not invited to the meeting, former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki responded that the firm was not invited because it is not unionized and must deter his workers from joining the Auto Workers Union, which he thinks to be extremely corrupt. Mary, I can remember talking to you way back in January about the necessity for America to lead in electric vehicles. Musk does not like the thought that Biden lied by congratulating Mary Barra for the success of the EV industry in America. And I still recall your stunning declaration that by 2035, General Motors would be entirely electric. You changed the course of history, Mary. You are there. You are there. You succeeded, Mary. You energized the entire car industry. I mean it. You take the lead, and it matters in dramatically reducing the amount of oil that won't be used after everyone has access to electricity. You know, China has been in the lead in this race up until now, but that's about to change. President Biden is biased in blaming GM CEO Mary Barra for the success of the electric vehicle revolution in America, while Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, is the true hero. An excellent illustration is the fact that in 2021, Tesla manufactured 935,000 electric vehicle units compared to 516,000 produced by GM. Tesla is the undisputed global leader in the production of electric automobiles, according to any enthusiast. With Giga Berlin and a second Giga plant in Shanghai, China, Musk's Tesla is rapidly growing. In the U.S., where the automaker has supercharging stations in all 50 states, Tesla automobiles are more prevalent. Elon has made it quite obvious that he is a guy on a mission and that he will not stop until all the cars on the road are electric. We now have several fantastic Tesla models, including the Tesla Model X Model 3, the crazy Tesla Model 3, the crazy Tesla Cybertruck, and the Tesla Semi-Truck, all thanks to this genius. With all of these accomplishments, it is puzzling why President Biden ignores Elon Musk while heaping accolades on GM CEO Mary Barra. Given that it owns 60s of GM, the U.S. government is anticipated to bail out the manufacturer as usual. However, as things stand, if the U.S. government does not resolve GM's financial problems, the automaker will be destroyed completely. Do you agree with Elon Musk's proposal to refuse to save GM from bankruptcy? Feel free to express your opinions in the comment box below. Why or why not? Anyway, gentlemen, click the video directly above if you want to see more intriguing videos.